Hello, hello, hello. This is Kimberly, and I am with AwakeCon. This is our second episode of the AwakeCon game show, and this time we are with some killer creators. So what we're going to be doing today is we are going to be creating worlds with our imagination. We are going to be using telepathy, working together, creating entire worlds from beginning to end, as well as coming up with seriously kick-ass inventions that hopefully have never been done before. And in addition, we are going to meet some extraterrestrials. We're getting ready for that now if you've read the news. And so we are going to set ourselves up for meetings with some extraterrestrials. So please play along with us if you like, and feel free to post comments. We will include you in the creation. Okay, so first of all, I would like to thank everyone for showing up. We are recording this live, obviously, and this will also be on the AwakeCon site. We will be having these game shows at AwakeCon as well, so stand by for that. So first of all, I would like to introduce our contestants. We're going to start with Theo below me. Theo, you got about 1 minute to tell us every single thing about yourself.
A whole minute. Okay. My name is Theo Olguin. I'm a metaphysical scientist and artist from Mesa, Arizona. I love animals. I have 7 pets. And I am happy to be here. I've been writing for the blog for about a year now, off and on. And I like to paint. This is my first painting I ever made. It's actually
very cool.
A face, like this midline and 2 eyes right here. My wife's also a painter, Kaylee, and I'm also a musician. But I'm very interested in extraterrestrials and also subterrestrials, possibly, I don't know what you want to call civilizations beneath our feet. And contact is accelerating, and I'm excited to be a part of that acceleration.
Yay, contact! Number one thing for me. All right, thank you, Theo. And so now we've got Michael. Michael, tell us about yourself.
Well, I was a magician for 6 years. I have so many things that I've done. I've done theater tech for lots of plays and shows, construction work, sound design, all kinds of stuff. I love ecstatic dance. Dance is one of the best ways for expressing myself. And I got a chance to do that recently on the coast here near Portland, and dance on the sand. And I really got a chance to express my soul not too long ago. So that was meaningful. That's always super meaningful for me.
Is that like the modern Soul Train? Like, remember Soul Train? You guys are all young, but I mean, I know you've heard of Soul Train, right? Where all you did was tune in and everybody was dancing. It was the best.
It's, yeah. Are you saying ecstatic dance? Are you asking about that?
Well, just dancing on the beach is damn cool right there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, amazing. I haven't had that much room and space to be able to dance out in the open for a long time. And I was with a bunch of people who were vaccinated. So I was just able to fully move and explode. I'm very explosive as a dancer. So it was nice to just finally do that.
Well, silly me. We should have saved a minute for you to show us some moves, but next time.
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you, Michael. And we have Miranda, who has lots of construction going on behind her. So she will be a little quiet for us. Miranda, tell us about yourself. I know who you are.
Yeah. AwakeCon producer, tipsy mystic, astrologer. Also currently renovating a house from 1850 in the beautiful city of Philadelphia. And I have been getting a new roof this week. Still getting it, apparently. So
all right, we can hear it up above.
Yeah.
So you've got people walking on your roof. It's not Santa Claus. It's not extraterrestrials. It's just roofers.
Yeah, I mean, they're not leaving me a Santa gift.
Damn.
They're leaving me a roof, but I have to pay a lot of money for it. So.
Oh, well, abundance. You know, we're all about abundance on this show, right? So, well, thank you, Miranda. And we will get started with round number 1. Okay, so here we're going to explain what's going on. Round number 1. You 3 contestants are master creators. You have the power to create worlds. This is not new to you guys. I know that. So in our first round, we are going to create a brand new planet from scratch. That means it's never been done before. So the first contestant, which is Michael, you are going to set the criteria. The second contestant, which is Miranda, is going to report on the progress of the civilization 1 billion years later. And then the final contestant, Theo, is going to end it. Now, we're going to give you a quick example about Earth, just so you kind of get an idea of what we're talking about here. So the creators of Earth would, if they were on our show, would say, well, we use DNA from other star systems. We mix it with the monkeys, right? And we let you guys go, allowed your race to grow and learn about change. That would be the theme, is change. And they called it Earth, or what they call in the galaxy Terra. We're actually called Terra 3, just so you know. So with that example, does everybody understand what we're doing here? Yeah?
I think so.
Okay. All right. So contestant number 1, Michael, you are going to create a world, name it, give it living beings, and tell us what the theme is. So the first one, we're going to create the world and name it.
Okay. I'm picturing a world almost, instead of having creatures that are so solid, I'm picturing a world where creatures are almost like the deep sea, almost without any bone structure, and very much water-based. So all liquid. And I'll call this world Flow.
Flow! Like FLO or FLOW?
Ooh, I like FLO.
Right? That's kind
Yeah.
of like the OG kind of like FLO. We got it. Flow is happening. Okay, now what's the theme of Flow? So they created humans with the theme. We incarnate here to learn something. So
Right.
what are they going to learn on Flow?
I think one of the best lessons is karma, and how sending out a certain energy causes it to just flow and come right back at you. And the lesson of almost reflection, looking at a reflection of yourself, your own actions, your own energies, but with a delay to that.
Like we have here on Earth, in case anybody's noticed.
That is very, yes. I'm trying to think of something more novel, but that's
Well,
what comes to
karma's
mind.
karma's kind of big when you got physical beings anyway, right? That's
Right.
kind of it's pretty popular theme here in our universe is you come down to the physical because you want to have relationships with people and bump around a little bit. And so while we're doing that, I mean, because we're going to go 1 billion years before Miranda gets here. So how do they bump around and, make more of themselves?
So are you asking me?
Yeah, I'm
How do they make
asking
more of
you.
themselves?
How do they make more of themselves? Let's talk
Okay.
about sex.
Reproduction process. I feel like it should be the result of some kind of self-sacrifice.
Oh.
Yes. So kind of like praying mantis style a little bit.
Oh, like you bite the head off? Oh,
Right.
shit. Right on. Yeah. Do it and he's out, man. There's plenty more after him. Right? No. Or maybe you're biting her head off. Maybe I should
Right.
shut up and listen.
Well, I picture it almost like your own head off.
You bite your
Like it's just like you almost self-sacrifice yourself, and it's kind of like leaving behind skin and just kind of tearing it off and then creating a new you through an asexual kind of process.
Oh, I don't know. Is that fun? I mean, how much fun would that be?
I think it.
I mean, I guess it's
could
fun
be,
for everybody right around now who's stuck at home.
Of course, pain can be very erotic, depending on where you're coming from.
Okay, so there's no head biting. There's just a shedding of skin.
Right, a shedding of the body, a sort of destruction of self, and then kind of coming back to life like a zombie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, now
almost
we've
like
got
the undead.
zombies on Flow.
Zombie flow.
Like a phoenix kind of thing. Is that kind of what you're saying? Like
Yes,
you shed yourself, and then from the ashes comes a new you.
Yes.
All right. What do they eat?
Ooh. Very, very small microorganisms.
Okay. So are they living? They're living in water. They're all water beings. So it's a water-covered planet.
Right.
All right. And we got to go 1 billion years. I want you to tell me what they do for entertainment.
Ooh. What do they do? They
Let them tell you, man. They're
Just let
right
'em
out
tell
there.
me.
Those flow. What are they called? Flowers.
I think
Floaters.
I think they definitely dance for each other and they make music underwater.
Oh, Nissy, underwater music.
Mm-hmm.
Are you two listening to this? Huh? Because you're going to have to figure out what the hell underwater music is going to do for people, right? Or flowers.
Right.
The flowers. Okay. So we know what they eat. We know that they don't have a really good sex life at all. Right?
Well, they enjoy it, even though it is very painful.
Oh, now we're talking here. Tell me about what...
So they're very
Miranda, you got a lot of stuff to do in
they're
1
very
billion
kinky.
years. Okay, Michael, you got a dish. Now, before we even go another like 100,000 years, you got to explain what kinky is on Flow.
Okay, kinky on flow is enduring some kind of suffering for the sake of being of service to others on flow.
Miranda, what are you saying? You're saying like, no, that's not kinky? I think or maybe we're all kinky. Like every light worker on Earth is kinky too for that reason, right?
And they trade off. So nobody's
Oh.
just like in a permanent state of servitude. Everyone's very switchy. So
Are there a lot of professional dancers? Like, is that
yeah.
their calling? Okay.
Is he taking us with him on this planet, or are we staying here?
Well, we're the
you're gonna-
observers at this
You're
point.
the observer. You're
Okay.
going to Flow,
Like
baby. You're
the
gonna,
scientists. So we pop
Yeah.
in every
Okay.
few years to figure it out.
yeah.
Okay.
So you're going to basically report on this, but he's creating this planet. So when you're seeding a new planet, you basically start them out, and then you jet away for a while and let them do their thing, right? So here we are. We've got the flowers floating around, dancing, not having sex, eating microorganisms, and dancing underwater. Now, I'm going to ask you one more question, Michael, before we move over to Miranda.
Yes.
Are they happy?
Ecstatic.
Okay.
They absolutely love dancing and being there for each other and being kinky with one another without having sex until, of course, they die and reproduce.
Okay, so that is, I guess they're happy to die because then their progeny continues on, right?
Right. And that's their orgasm.
Oh, death. Wait, wait. So death is their orgasm.
Yes.
Like that's the final thing. Like, I mean, I'm
Yes.
sure it's happened to more than one person here on Earth, right?
Yes, I'm sure. Yes.
So
on
like
accident,
the rest
on
of
purpose.
life is just a full-on build-up.
Yes. It's all built up.
Your entire life is
the
foreplay right
foreplay?
there.
How? Damn. How long is their life? Can I ask?
Yeah, it's 1,000
Lifespan?
years.
1,000
1,000 years,
of
okay.
build-up.
Yes.
All right.
All right. Well, let's fast forward 1 billion years, and we've got Miranda.
Wait, what was the theme again?
Karma.
Karma.
So
Oh,
you're going to
Jesus Christ.
report on the status of the race, what they've been doing, what they've learned, and how closely they are aligned with the planet's theme.
Well, I feel like they've gone a little bit wayward for a few 100,000 years.
Just
which is
recently
not-
then.
Which is not shocking
Okay.
due to, the theme being karma, because we all go a little cray. I feel like there was a millennia or so of like just mostly masturbatory focus.
They're cheating death.
Yeah. Right? and the self-sacrifice, while I can see how that would have been quite the lead up to this potential death, it really turned them inward. And so they weren't getting as much as they could out of this karma. They weren't releasing, shall we say, as much as they could.
No pun intended. Sorry.
No pun intended. Because they weren't looking at the other, right? They were so focused on themselves.
On
that they-
masturbating?
on masturbatory practices, whatever that might look like on this amoeba-like fluid Earth. I can't quite imagine quite yet. But they were so focused on themselves and this sort of inward physical introspection, shall we call it, that they weren't looking at the other, and they weren't experiencing with the other as well as they could have, right? So they weren't really evolving, moving through karma, because they weren't also using the others on the planet to do that, which you need
For the
to
relationships.
do. Yeah, they weren't, doing that underwater tango and making beautiful underwater symphonies like they could have.
They weren't collaborating?
Right? They weren't collaborating. They were mostly, just doing a solo performance as opposed to, getting the band back together, so to speak.
Okay.
So they went awry after 1 billion years, and I think they're just starting to slowly come out of that at this point in their...
Okay, so I have questions for you now.
Please.
So you go awry, right? And generally something happens to switch you back, to switch people back on the track, or flowers back on the track. So with Earth, we've had a savior, right? 1 or 2 of them, right? We've had some disasters. We've had some of those. What happened to make them turn around?
Oh, I'm getting another sort of savior vibe. This one is more vibratory than in the physical, right?
I'm telling you, she's putting these in by accident, but the vibratory, I'm just telling you.
So, since it's such a civilization of music and dance, I think a new note comes in to the planet, right? And this note changes the whole playing field, right? It's more beautiful. It's more light-filled. It's, higher frequency. And so people sort of come out of their shells and come out to all look at it and then notice each other more, and they can now start to connect in new ways because this new note can be played. but you have to be together to play it.
Like a chorus kind of thing.
Yes.
An underwater chorus.
Yep.
Okay. Not like Aretha Franklin, though, right? Like there's just somebody that comes out and they're like, this person, this flower has never sung like this before. We've never heard this before. Right?
I think it just exists, and they have access to it.
Okay.
Of course, there's always a first flower, first flowbee, whatever, to access it.
Okay.
And then they all realize they can.
They all realize that they weren't exactly exploring the karma like they thought they should, and they're starting to turn around now, right? And we're back on track towards the theme. Yes? Okay.
Yes.
Now we're going to fast forward another billion years, which is an eon, by the way. And Theo, you get to report on the final outcome of the planet. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean it has to end, but our reporting ends on it, meaning that our journalistic experiment has been completed after this billion years. Now, you can blow them up if you want to, or drown them all or whatever, but did they reach their goal? And what happened to them?
Well, everyone on the planet, Flo, has free will. So I think that their collective goal became clearer over time, over the last billions of years since we last reported on Flo. And their collective goal can always change. You know, there may be influences from outside of their planet, outside of their star system, that such as saviors who will incarnate, such as different signals and different messages that they may feel downloaded through their civilizations. But I think they reached their goal in that as when Michael created this planet, he said that the most important thing was to have fun. The most important thing was to realize the importance and in the process of honoring the process of karma, honoring the process of being reborn through suffering, and all of that shedding is necessary. And so I think that reminder has been a reminder to them for the last billions of years. If they already reached that point to where there is this new vibration introduced, there is this new note that has brought people more in harmony with each other, then I think all they have to go from there is faster, not necessarily up or down, but in terms of frequency, for them to be able to go, for the particles in their body and for everything that exists in their civilization to accelerate to the point of being like an invisible place. I mean, I think that's kind of what I see is if an explorer like me were to go to this planet right now, having it now being 2 billion years old or a couple of eons years old, it may or may not present itself the way that we have described it, but that doesn't mean that it's not there, and that doesn't mean that it's not. I believe that in summary, I believe that they've finished their goal, and that their goal is expansion outside of their own planet. I think that they have now accelerated their bodies and their life so much, and their belief system, to the point of no longer needing water, no longer needing no longer necessarily needing each other to learn these lessons, these beings who are seated on this planet. So now what they want rather is, instead of need, since their needs are met and they are lived in harmony, I believe that they want to now go somewhere else. I think that their spirits will now go to Earth, come to Earth. That's what I think. I think some of them will choose to come to Earth.
I bet they're sharks. Seriously, I mean, they're probably already here, but I mean, there's some things under the water that are really quite weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, look at octopi. They
Yeah.
can smush themselves and, like, go in the tiniest space.
Right.
Right? So they're
And the
very,
camouflage.
they're very like
They're magic,
Yeah.
right?
fluid.
So maybe octopi. I mean, there are a lot of people that think octopi are
Another species.
extraterrestrials. Yeah, basically it came here from another. I mean, it's not a big stretch at all, right? So it ended up well, right, Theo? It ended up. Everybody decided, all right, we don't necessarily need to be in the physical anymore. We can actually move to other planets, and you're talking incarnating on other planets, right? Like next time.
Yeah, I think that they're now volunteers, just like me, just like you, Kimberly. I think that these beings have reached the point to where their current environment or their past environment no longer was challenging them, or no longer was challenging their belief system to the point where they can shed that skin so many times and still live in the same place, in the same location. So I think that things are going really well for these beings and for this planet, and that planet is still there, and the planet is operating on a higher frequency than it used to, because of the collective efforts in raising the frequency. But I believe that these beings are now volunteers across the galaxy and across the greater universe, including here on Earth.
Excellent. Well, there are many planets in the Sirius star system that are covered in water, just so you know, Michael. Many, many, many of them. There are many water beings. I don't know if they die when they have an orgasm, but hopefully wherever they go next, they're going to not, at least have more than one orgasm in each life. Okay, excellent. Well, thank you all for that. And we're going to go on to round 2. Now, round 2 is a fun one. We're going to kind of do a little bit of round robin in that we're going to have, I'm going to ask questions, and all 3 of you are going to give your answers to the questions. So we're going to kind of round robin it. Now, this is called the arrival of the fractilians. Right now, the fractilians, you read about it online. You heard hints about it on YouTube, about an alleged species of extraterrestrial called the fractilians that live underground. Just a coincidence for you, Theo. Predictions fly everywhere about this mysterious race. So there's people talking all over, and there's a lot of talk, but no one has proven or shown any visual evidence of the fractilians. However, there's new intel, which might actually coincide with the fact that we just got disclosure, a couple days ago from the Pentagon, that they are emerging from the ground to meet humanity in the open for the first time in history. Okay? Now, you 3 contestants, due to your intuitive yet practical natures, are invited to join the official welcome committee for the fractilians. So we want some civilians in the mix. So you 3 get to go. Now, are we clear so far? Everybody got that in their head? Right? Now, on the day of your meeting, you have an hour until the black car picks you up. You look out the window and you notice that the sky has turned orange. Okay? Now, I'm going to ask you 3 questions. We're going to go round robin for each one. The first one is, what do you wear? Miranda.
My apologies in advance. It's very loud here. What do I wear? Oh my God. I think I'm going to wear something all black, right? Which is very Kimberly of me.
Very chic.
And maybe like a wide leg, very super wide leg, high-waisted trouser. And a pussy bow blouse. Yeah, and like a fab earring.
Right on. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So like Coco Chanel kind of thing going on almost.
Very chic. I also want to look very badass for them. Like,
right, I mean,
this bitch is in charge. So I need to ask somebody what's up.
You sit down and talk to this earthling right here.
Yeah, she knows what's up.
Okay, well, now we've got Miranda dressed up. Michael, what do you wear?
I would wear an all-white tuxedo with a fuchsia bow tie.
Excellent.
Oh, and it would have
Excellent.
tails.
Oh, wow. Does it have the cane thing or whatever they call it?
I would definitely have a cane with me, yes.
Okay.
And top hat. White
Okay.
top hat.
And that would be very cool. You don't have hair, so that would be like a really quite a statement, especially next to Miranda. You'd be like Ebony and Ivory together, right? Okay. All right, Theo, you have 1 hour. What are you wearing?
I will wear my red Nike pants, and they have a white stripe on the edges. They're like it's not like jumpsuit, but it's like these really baggy, like hip hop looking pants. With this shirt, this is a pocket tee, teal pocket tee, and I'll also be wearing my prototype for round 3, which is right here. We'll get to that, and this hat, and that's what I'll wear.
So Theo's going casual. All right,
Yeah.
that's okay. What we want you to be the authentic you, whatever that is, right? So there's no judgment as to what you're wearing. Okay, question.
The red pants are very bright, so they'll be able to know. Oh, that's Theo.
That's
bright
Theo. We
red
knew
pants,
about him.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Well, red's always a good color, right? The root chakra, and we hope they don't have weird associations about red, but that's okay. Just kidding.
I don't think they do.
Okay, you still have an hour. What do you bring with you? You have a little bag. What do you put in your bag, Miranda?
What do I bring with me? I feel like I don't really need to bring anything with me.
Lip gloss? Mints?
No. Yeah, I don't feel. I mean, I guess maybe I'll bring my phone.
Well, you gotta snap some shots.
Yeah,
I mean, you know how
take
much
some
those would
photos.
go for? You'd be like the paparazzi in black, the
I am the
extraterrestrial
worst.
paparazzi.
I'm the worst historian. I don't take photos of anything ever.
So what are you gonna bring your phone? Are you gonna show them like Instagram or what?
Yeah, maybe I'll show them photos of my house. What do you want to see?
Okay. All right. Okay, what do you bring with you, Michael?
I'm going to bring a black rolly suitcase with lots of snacks in it and water. And I'm going to go to the dollar store and find a bunch of things on the way to gift to these visitors.
The Fractillion. So you're going to give
Yes.
each Fractillion a little gift.
Yes.
Excellent. All right, Theo, what do you bring with you?
I'm gonna bring a few stones for my property, my ranch up in St. John's, Arizona. I usually like to give those as friendship gifts, so I'll give one to each Fractillion I meet, and I'm gonna bring some weed.
Oh, well, they're underground, so they're probably familiar with that. So, and let them
And
try.
so
You
my
just
and my
so-
phone to try to take some pictures if they want to take a selfie. We'll go on Instagram, and to play some music too.
Okay, excellent. All right, here's your next question, my friends. What the hell is with the orange sky? Miranda?
Well, they came out of the earth, right? So it had to kick up some dust when they built that hole, right? It's some deep fucking earth orangey dust, right? So the sky isn't orange. It's just got like a dusty film going on.
Like a dust storm kind of thing.
Yeah, like a dust storm from
construction dust.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow, that's a big surprise hearing your roofers in the background. Okay. Michael, what is with the orange sky?
I think that it's the beginnings of a really awesome light show, but they just wanted to change the sky to orange for now. And then soon it'll start strobing and doing a bunch of other things, and it'll almost be like a firework display. But only once we're ready for that. They didn't want to overwhelm us. They kind of wanted to test what we would think of the change.
Excellent. So they have
Total
power
build.
over our weather.
Yes.
Okay. Theo, what's with the orange sky?
I think with the orange sky will come a fleet of starships, and so I think that what's with the orange sky. Well, like, why is the sky orange? Why not? That's kind of where I'm coming from. It's like I live in Arizona, so we do have beautiful orange sunsets here almost every day. So if the whole sky is orange in the middle of the day, I'm just gonna pass it off as there's another co-creator out there who has created that, and I've created that too. If I'm seeing it, but other than that, I think with the orange sky will come the arrivals of some of the friends of Fractilians and some of our friends who, in the greater galaxy, if this is part of Disclosure of the Fractilians, next I think will be, and when that orange sky comes, when that orange sky is there, it will bring in more ships from the stars to have more commune more with other beings.
And to see the light show.
And to see the light show. I think it will be a beautiful
Right.
light show.
Yeah. It's like a ET rave almost, right? Okay, well, that's what Michael says. Okay, now we're going to go on. In the black car, you drive into a tunnel that seems like it goes on forever. It's very dark. Finally, the car stops at an underground clearing, and there are groups of people milling around in military dress. So an airman comes to greet you and ushers you to your seat in a large lecture hall. So you three are sitting next to each other in the fourth row from the podium, which now is empty. So there's a glass bottle of water, writing pad, and a pencil left there for you just in case you want to take notes. I'm going to ask you 3 more questions. The first question, who else is sitting in the auditorium? Miranda.
Who else is sitting in the auditorium? I'm getting generally the village people, right? Like there's
You mean like the YMCA people?
Yeah, there's like a Native American, a police officer, a construction worker.
A shirtless man with a cowboy hat?
Yeah, I mean it's just a general smattering of society.
Welcome to Earth. Here's the village people. I love it.
Yeah.
I want to go. Okay. All right. So, Michael, you got to beat that one. Who else is sitting in the auditorium waiting for these people to show up?
Oh, man. Who else? Who am I seeing? Oh, I see a walking shark that's wearing a suit and just sitting there.
Okay. So is that another being?
Yes.
Okay, so there's other extraterrestrials meeting as well. So you guys, this is your first time, I mean, in the physical, right, where you're actually sitting down getting ready to meet extraterrestrials. And now another one before the showstoppers show up is coming in and sitting down with you, and he looks like a freaking shark.
Right, just kind of crashing the party because he already knows that some extraterrestrials are about to come out of their shells, and he's kind of one of them.
Oh, so he's like, I'll just fit in.
Yes.
I'll just slip in. John invited me, right?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Theo, who else is sitting in the auditorium?
At first, I think it's just me and Miranda and Michael. When we first arrived there, and I think what will happen is when we have that pen and pencil, whoever we write down might just show up. I think whoever we write down will show up, and whoever we invite, whoever is hosting us there, will, they could invite, who knows? I mean, Elon Musk has a lot to do with tunnels, so it's possible that he might show up. But
Well, that's a good chance, isn't
there
it?
could be, I think there could be several former presidents of the United States that show up. because they might have known about these tunnels before I was ever invited. And so I think that beyond that, I really do feel that one of my Agarthan guys will be there.
Oh, the Agarthans, yeah.
There's a Agarthan guide event. Yeah, I have a specific Agarthan guide, and his name starts with an R. And I've always had this vision of him, and what he looks like, and I think he's a very tall, muscular guy. I think he'll be there. He'll be
Okay.
there. That's what I think.
Okay, so those of you who aren't familiar with the Agarthans, they also live underground. Uh-oh, we lost Theo. Okay, well, I guess the Agarthans called him down or something. So we're going to keep going for a second until he comes back in. And hold on one sec here. We're going to hang on until he comes back in. So we'll continue on with the next question. And when he jumps back, we will let him in. So the next question is, you're sitting in the auditorium. What does the energy feel like? Miranda.
I'm getting party atmosphere. Yeah, it feels really good. It feels really exciting.
Well, I mean, it's supposed to be the first time, right? That we've got fractilians showing up.
Sincerely don't know what other fucking vibration you could get right now. We're pumped. We're ready. Let's do this. Let's go.
I dressed up in my white pants for you. Let's have a party. Where are the hors d'oeuvres? Are there martinis anywhere?
Right? Like, pass it down. Maybe it's like a ballpark. Maybe it's like a ballpark and they're just coming down the aisles
with the little
handing out
things.
Bud Lights and like hot dogs to me and the rest of the village people.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, that's so awesome.
Good.
All right, Michael.
So even though I feel this crazy party energy and all this stuff, I also feel this, like, usually in this kind of a situation, I'd feel really nervous. I'd feel a little bit of that kind of anxiety of what's going to happen because it's so unprecedented. But I feel this strange sense of calm about it all, as if this was expected, sort of no big deal kind of thing, but still that party vibe as well. So it's sort of like balancing out the energies.
I'm still worried about the shark over there. I'm still like, I would forget all about the fractilians. I'd be like, I want to talk to the shark guy. Come on, sit next to me. I want to find out, like.
Yeah, I wonder if he talks.
Anyway. Okay, we're going to go on to the next question. We still don't have Theo back, so we're going to keep going. Now, this one's a little bit more abstract, and so you don't really have to go too much into it because you're going to talk about it a tiny bit more. But what are you thinking? Like, what is going through your head? Nobody has told you anything. You got no instructions, right? You got no idea what you're doing there, what your role is. You're sitting there with your pencil and your paper and your water, hoping the waitress comes soon, right? Here comes Theo. We're going to let him in.
My phone died.
Okay. Well, hang on. We're going to catch up with you in a second. So we're talking about the next question here. So the next question is, you're sitting there and what are you thinking? Because you weren't given any instructions, right? You weren't told what's going to happen. So we're going to start with Miranda. When you're in there, what are you thinking about? Why are you there? Why did they invite you?
Well, I was just going to say I'm thinking about how I have to pee, and I don't really know what the protocol is for this place. Like, where's the bathroom? Should I go now? Or are they going to start soon? Can I hold it? How long is this going to take? They didn't tell me anything about
the whole thing. I was in line the whole time. I missed the whole thing.
So, right now that's what I'm thinking. Because they didn't tell me anything about this.
Okay, so Earth stuff, right?
Yeah,
Physical Earth stuff, right? Okay. Michael, what are you thinking?
I'm wondering what's going to happen. And I'm really hungry. and just eager to get something to eat, because I am anticipating that this is going to be very entertaining and exciting, and I really want something to snack on while I'm watching.
Well, you brought your snacks though, right?
Yes. So
Okay.
I'm zipping
so you're
open
just
my
gonna
suitcase.
whip out a snack and munch on some carrots or something, or
Yeah, well, definitely having some bars. I picture bars that have nuts and dates inside of them. That's probably my first go-to.
excellent. So hunger is your
Yes.
first thing. He's meeting extraterrestrials for the first time, and he's hungry.
Popcorn would be
okay.
great. Yeah.
Popcorn would really be good. I
Yeah.
mean, they should have that before you get in, right? They
Right.
should just give you a bag because that's popcorn worthy.
Yeah.
Okay, Theo, what are you thinking?
So the podium's still empty and we're just there alone. I'm thinking, where's Kimberly? Wasn't she invited?
Backstage.
I'm also thinking, who's in charge here? I'm thinking, I want to meet, if there's all these military guys, and it's kind of ominous. Like, I'm not going to be honest, if I was just sitting there with my friends and we're just alone in this tunnel, like, and there's this dais or podium in front of us, I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, why are we
You're the
here?
only person that thought that, by the way, as you can see. These guys
I'm
are
like-
worried about eating and peeing, and
I
you're
feel
like, why the hell am I
Listen,
here?
I think the journey to Middle Earth, journey to Inner Earth is going to be fun. It's going to be worth it. So I'll go. But if I'm there, and then we're just kind of like waiting for something to happen, I'm going to be like, okay, can I speak to the liaison or whoever is like
The general.
the general? Like, hey, what's going on? Like, I want to meet whoever's the leader of these groups. I want to meet the leader. That's what I would be thinking of, because if I'm a diplomat, which I am, I consider myself a diplomat and a member of this council, member of this team who's welcoming the Fractilians and who's now going into the Inner Earth where there could be all sorts of beings. I'd like to meet the other ambassadors.
Okay. So you want to, you wish you'd had like a pre-meeting meeting.
I don't need a pre-meeting meeting. I just once I'm down there, and if it's all alone, it's just like I would be thinking about, okay, these beings will show up in what, 5 seconds, 10 seconds? Because is this, if you're
As
going
soon as Miranda's done peeing, yeah.
as soon as Miranda's done peeing, don't keep us waiting all day just to clue us in on this auditorium and these events.
Well, we don't know why you're waiting, though, right? I mean, you could be
Right.
there early because you weren't
That would
told
be
anything.
that would be my thing, is why, like, who, what, when, where, why, like.
I would be right there with you, I think, as far as like, and also where's the popcorn and the bar. But okay. Now, after a short time, the lights dim and a spotlight hits the podium. Da 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 da. Behind it appears two beings who step into the spotlight. So, the first question, describe the two beings. Miranda, what do you see?
So I'm getting like the Doozers from Fraggle Rock, right? So they were underground and they have this little, I don't know, lucite looking stuff that they mine. So this is what I'm getting, that they're just these little tiny green guys, these little round faces, and they're just like workhorses, right? Just getting to business. That's what they look like. They're
Little
just,
cute fuzzy things?
just the cutest little, just like this big, this high, little green guys. Cute little
So someone's got to
lift.
lift them up and put them on the podium.
Yeah, well, there's two of them.
Just,
Yes.
okay.
They literally
Someone's gotta-
would stand on the podium
On
to
the
be able to
podium.
reach the microphone.
So Mike Wazowski
Mike, what?
from Monsters Inc.
Sure, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you know the Doozers from Fraggle Rock, maybe you're too young.
I don't know.
They're a body. They're just like little tiny men.
Okay. So the
They're very
Fractilians are little round fuzzy men.
Yeah, they look like puppets.
Okay. Michael, two beings. What do they look like?
I'm definitely getting that friendly looking vibe, like it just came right out of Sesame Street or, Fraggle Rock, as you were saying. That's really something that almost instantly inspires non-threatening and friendly, and I'm just inviting them in. I love it. And I'm picturing that they are extremely smiley. They smile a lot, in a way that's almost unusual to us.
Like
Just
like shit eating grin smile? Like that? Like
Well, it's obvious that it's genuine, but it's
oh.
just they're always smiling. They're always kind of in this happy, elevated mood, and so it's just sort of it's sort of like unusual to us that they're that high vibe all the time, and so they just inspire laughter. They inspire you to smile. They're very uplifting.
Are they green?
They are a lime green fuzzy.
And still standing on the podium?
Yes, and their antennas are like they're not really like antennas that you normally see. They look more like sticks that are just right in there.
Okay.
And they all look very different. Almost like antlerish, but very stick-like.
Oh, and the bigger antlers, the better, or what? I don't know. I think that's how they measure the bucks, but anyway. Okay. I got it. All right, Theo. What do the two beings look like?
I think one of them looks orange and tall, and the other one is purple and a little shorter. That's all I'm really getting is that kind of lanky orange, kind of leathery skin, big head with yellowish irises in their eyes. But and then the other one being purple. They don't wear a whole lot of clothing, and I see like maybe some kind of spectacles on them, like that they use to maybe look at the minerals around them, the ground, and their ceiling, which is kind of our ground. And so I see one orange and one purple.
Okay. And so none of you feel threatened or anything by any of these people. They're cute and fuzzy on this side, and Theo's got some colorful, happy beings on his side. So we're all at the point where we're not even considering really any kind of threat, right? No. Okay, excellent. With that said, here's our next question. What do they say to the assembly? Miranda.
They say, "Hi, it's really nice to meet you. Also, could you keep it down? You're really loud up there." Trying to get a little sleep.
Just like they bang the broom on the ceiling, on the ground. Yeah, shut up, you guys. Okay. So no greeting, just like.
Well, they said, "Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Nice to meet you." Also, like, it's a little loud. If you could keep it down, that'd be great.
Excellent. Okay, Michael, what do they say to the assembly?
I picture them not saying anything but communicating through gesture and sort of almost sign language-ish, but a little bit more in the beginnings, like a mime would communicate with an audience. So very comical, just kind of playing with you, getting in your face a little bit, almost like trying to get the audience to participate with things and just trying to overall be playful with everyone.
You got some happy things going on in your worlds, for sure. I like it. I like it. And they're standing on their podium doing little, smiling gestures. I like it.
Yeah.
Do they dance?
Totally. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, for the light show, you have to. Okay.
Yes.
Theo,
What
do they say?
I think they would say, "We want your help." And I think the way they would say things, I think they are very nonverbal to some extent, and at some points they don't really need to say anything because to some extent. But I also think that they would be very orderly, and they would be very detail oriented. They would kind of like they would, whatever they say, I feel like they
Uh-oh.
like a clipboard, and they would be like, okay, let's get to business. You
Ah.
are Miranda, you are Michael, you are Theo, and they would make sure they're in the right place, almost like they're in some kind of business meeting.
Oh my
But
gosh,
they
that's
would
cool.
say, we want your help to help us integrate with the surface people.
Like integrate, like move in or breed with or what?
Uh-oh, I'm not hearing you guys.
Uh-oh.
I can't hear
Well,
you guys.
okay, well we can hear you. So I'll move on to the next one. Final question. How does your assembly end? How does the assembly end? Miranda.
They say, oh, so once you quiet down, like maybe we can get together for some tea. And just hear about your day. And then they they wave someone over. They come, they
Pick them up.
pick
'cause
them
they're
up
tiny.
off the off the podium, and they walk out of the room. It's very uneventful.
Really? So you went there and
My badass outfit, like
And
ready.
hopefully
to, like,
there's hors d'oeuvres or something afterwards.
hopefully
cocktail party.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that the Fractilians are interested in staying for that part. They work hard, and then they're tired at night, right? They did work really hard during the day, and they just want to have some tea, maybe some polite conversation.
And then jet out.
And we're just being noisy assholes up here. Humans. Gross. So, yeah, they're just like old English people, I feel like I'm getting the vibe.
Old fuzzy English people that want to have tea.
They have a little garden in the back, and they just like to
Awesome.
enjoy. Yeah.
Okay.
A calm, quiet life. But, we're noisy, so they can't do it.
They can't have their
Shut the
tea
hell
when we're
up.
making all that noise. Okay. Michael, how does it end?
It ends with all of them breaking out a giant blanket for all of us to lay down on, but we don't know that's what's about to happen. And then behind them, they all reveal these suits, and they're like fuzzy suits that are basically costumes that make us look just like them in a lot of ways. But they're super cuddly and warm and soft. So it's like wearing a onesie. And so they want us all to get in these things. And then we zip them up. We get inside of them. And then they bring out this little box and they set it down on the podium, and it projects out a holographic kind of movie show. And then we all just start eating popcorn and enjoying a little movie to wrap things up before we part ways for the evening.
Awesome. So you share a little quiet time with the little movie and popcorn. I like it. In fuzzy outfits. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Theo, how does it end?
I think it ends with us returning home, and it ends with them saying that you'll be back, and that we want you guys to spread the message that we are not so different from you guys. And they would say, once you guys do that, you guys will come back and we'll hang out again.
Watch another movie, have another dance. The orange and the...
I think there would
Orange
be
and purple.
really cool music there. I think
Yeah.
music that we've never heard before. So I would feel inspired to dance. I love to dance too. And so I think that we would dance and we would have some food that we never tried before. And yeah, I think they have cool light shows, like cool ways of entertaining that we've never experienced before.
Well, I hope I get to go because I still want to find out like how the shark eats more than the Fractilians. I want to How does he eat an hors d'oeuvre, right? Anyway.
I want to know,
Excellent.
Michael, what is the dollar store gifts you got them?
Right.
I feel like it depends on the time of year, and I'm really hoping it was around Halloween because I'd love to just get a bunch of Halloween type things because that's my favorite holiday, and I
So
just
they
love the
each
dark
get
stuff.
like a giant plastic skeleton
Yeah.
to remember us by.
Yes,
These are
and like
insights.
a little jack-o'-lantern dude, and yeah, a little sign that says "boo," and just a bunch of stuff like that. That's just so random.
Witch hats.
But it's
Or
kind of
witch hat.
supposed to be a representation of our culture and sort of show them, okay, this is who we are in our commercialized world today.
I like it.
I like it. All right, final round, you guys. This one is a little bit quicker. So we are going to solve an annoying Earth problem with the most outrageous technology you can think of. So you were emailed yesterday what the issue was, and the whole world is waiting for a solution. Now, the only rules are it has to benefit all involved. That means nobody dies in the process. Okay? So, Miranda. Yeah, you have the issue of termites.
Yes.
What happens? What can you do?
Actually, do have the issue of termites. It's real. So I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm not going to use technology. I, as a creator being, am going to change the world, change my reality. And I'm going to change my reality so that there is no need for destruction. There is no need for a pest, right? So we as humans who live in a house made of wood or have some other sort of structure made of wood that maybe the termites usually like to eat, I'm going to create a world where we don't need to have a pest. We don't need to learn from friction. We don't need to learn from somebody destroying something so that we can know ourselves as rebuilding it. Right?
Wow.
I'm going to make a world with my creative abilities as the creator of all things. I'm just going to create a world where termites find something else tasty that we don't actually need to use as humans. They go about their
maybe
business.
an invasive species of plants or something that we would also consider a pest?
Sure, or whatever. We don't,
Okay.
but we don't even need a pest. They just get to eat maybe cotton candy. I don't know.
Oh, now we're talking.
Maybe cotton candy is just grown everywhere and they love it and they're going to eat that.
Okay.
And then we as humans don't need the interaction of a termite.
I love it. Now, see, that's good thinking. Also possible, right? Nobody's dying. The termites are just changing their diet a little bit, right? Excellent. So she wants a world with no contrast, basically, which is fine, and lots of cotton candy. I'm all for that. Michael, what was your What was your problem?
Hiccups.
Oh, that's kind of a big one, isn't it?
It is, but every single time I'm able to solve it because I do a breathing technique where I just get rid of it instantly.
Or you
Every
can
time.
share it?
I'd be happy to, but I know you want me to invent this technology, so
But
maybe I should do that
if,
first.
if you've already invented it, but go ahead. I mean, if that's what you use to solve the problem and everyone benefits, it's up to you.
Okay. So whenever I get the hiccups, all I have to do is take a really deep breath in. At the top of my breath, hold it, and then go even deeper, just a little bit, and then swallow with your mouth open. So you have to, which is actually a challenge, to keep your mouth wide open and swallow like that. And then
I can't do that.
you do that a couple times, and then you slowly release the air out. And you will get rid of the hiccups through that technique. You can use it more than once just to really improve its effect. But for me, every single time, that gets rid of the hiccups for me.
It does not get rid of it for me every single time.
It doesn't.
I want to
yeah.
see you. I want to see you smile and swallow at the same time, Miranda. I don't think I've ever seen you try that.
I've done it. Doesn't always work.
Okay. Well,
It's a
did you
pervasive species.
Michael? Did you have a technological answer for that too?
I do. It's a nanotechnology pill that you consume, and it lasts for your entire lifetime, and it regulates temperature, air, and food, and also your diaphragm's state of relaxation, and just getting your body so that things are flowing in. If there's too much air trapped, it goes ahead and just pushes that forward, makes sure your body's flowing right. And
How does it come out?
How does it come out?
Well, the extra air. How does the air come out?
Oh, it just like all of these nanobots like push it along. They just
Where?
get it to go through your digestive system.
So instead
because-
of hiccups, then you've got gas?
Yeah, which is kind of a better alternative. I suppose.
I don't think that benefits all. Farting does not benefit everyone.
Just wondering. I don't know. That's okay. So this nano thing, does it have like a remote control or what? Like an app?
No, you just swallow it, and permanently, rest of your life, you're not going to have the hiccups. That's it.
All right. Well, you start that patent now, because I'm sure you'll make a lot of money on that one. You're going to have I can't wait to go to that convention. Yeah, it's
Nanotechnology is amazing.
a
Many
lot of
applications.
farting going on, but just saying. Theo, you have a good one. What is your major annoying problem?
My Earth problem is bad wheels on shopping carts. And as you can see, I'm actually wearing the solution. This is a prototype.
Oh,
So I present to you Dragon Greeter Vests. So what this is a prototype for the solution. I'm wearing the solution to my Earth problem, and that I was prompted. And basically, the idea is to invite dragons to be greeters at Walmart, even department stores. And if you present them with this vest, that's the technology. So it has a hole for a tail back here.
a tail! You
somewhere.
gotta have the hole for the
And
tail.
Basically, this is not one size fits all because dragons come in many shapes and forms. But the dragons will be able to, if we give them this vest, they're not going to want a wage at a grocery store. They're not going to want money. I think if this vest alone would be enough to allow these dragons to come in. And what the dragons will do is not only greet customers and when they're leaving, but dragons will be able to assist people in the shopping process, and they won't even necessarily need carts. They'll just have to, when the person leaves the grocery store, they can just walk around and see what they need. And then they look at the dragon looks at them, and everything they need will appear in their car.
Oh, I want a dragon like that. It's like a personal concierge shopper.
So stuff will be actually teleported, so to speak, from the grocery store into people's car, because you'll tell the dragon what you want or what you need from the grocery store, and then the dragon will do the rest. So hopefully we can get dragons to volunteer. If we give them the vests, that's the incentive for them to come help us out at every single store.
I like it. I think it can happen. I agree with that. Okay, well, I will tell you, I had one, and that was bird poop on a car. And so I invented something called guano glitter, which comes in a little squirt bottle, because you always have the bird poop on your car right after you get it washed, right? And you park under a tree, there it is, you come out, you're like, God damn it, I just got it washed. So you squeeze a little bit of guano glitter on the poop, and it's sparkly, of course, it's got to be. And then it just dissolves. You just wipe it off with a little rag, and you're done. So we have a lot of good inventions here, and I'm quite excited about all of them. Not so much the hiccups or termites, but the dragon greeter, that's badass. That's pretty damn good.
I will argue that what Miranda said, that is a technology. She said it's not a technology, but consciousness, I would argue, is a technology.
It's all a technology. We're all,
And I
this
think
whole
it's
thing
all
is
possible.
technology.
It's all probable. I think all of our solutions are very probable.
They most certainly are, especially the fuzzy people standing on a podium. That's probably the most probable out of all of them. Okay, well, that concludes our 3 rounds today. So I want to thank all of our contestants and our visitors for listening. And please check out the AwakeCon site, see what we're doing. It starts February 2022. So thank you all for coming, and we love you very much.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.